Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with the next part of What If Naruto Joined the Anbu. And before continuing this, if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's continue our story. 3 days later, training field 7. Naruto walked slowly to the training grounds that would be his hellhole for the next 3 months. As ordered by the Hokage, he was wearing his off-duty clothes. And the new official story was that he held an aide position with the Hokage's office. His new companion slept on top of his head and he smiled up at the sight. Angel was a black hellcat, a species of felines that specialized in changing size and using fire jutsu to an extent. They could also use a type of demonic genjutsu, but as he bought her at the kitten stage, it would be a while before any of these abilities could be of any use. Until then, Naruto had to teach his new companion to speak and fight, or Bakun did at least. When Naruto bribed him with pork ears today, when Angel was trained, she would be added to Team Row, and Tenzo was busily creating some attacks formation that included the cat as well. Now though, she was just a ball of sleeping fuss. Chibi-Kohai and Angel, have you gotten her to speak yet? Hikaru dropped down from a tree to talk and walk alongside his teammate, also in normal shinobi wear. The 15-year-old had forgiven Naruto for selling him out when Naruto promised the Yuga that chance to spar with the Uchiha, some sort of rivalry between the two clans. Apparently, Hikaru had fought against many different Uchihas before they were massacred and wanted another, but even if Sasuke was hardly worthy at the time. After all, Hikaru graduated at 8, became a chunin at 10, through field promotion and then a special joining at 13, where he joined Anbu. She can say Naruto half the time and no, without a fail. Anything else yet? Naruto grumbled. The cat was sweet but could drive him insane with random no's. While they worked or he read, Hikaru grinned. Ha, she sounds like a 2-year-old to me. Then his face turned sullen. Captain gave me another medical jutsu to learn and I'm supposed to instruct the Haruno over medical ninjutsu. It was a known fact amongst Anbu that while Hikaru was surprisingly adept at the medic arts, his flamboyant personality and wish to be in a battle made him shirk of his studies. Unfortunately for him, he lived next to the captain who did weekly tests. Having that threat of Tenzo with his goldfish standing over you made Hikaru begrudgingly improve. Which one? Naruto was sympathetically, Angel yawning on his head. The one that closes cut arteries. After I've learned this one, I'll be ready for the intermediate series. That's great, Hikaru. Before you know, you'll be the next Tsunade. Or rather just keep spamming jutsus and gentle fist. He potted, being melodramatic. He was only learning for the field and in case Konoha was attacked. So, when are you starting training with it? Hikaru asked. After some silence, intelligence from species showed Suna intended to send their unstable Jinchuriki to the exams without informing Konoha. Sending any Jinchuriki to an exam was considered impolite, and by not informing them, it could be considered an act of war. To prepare, Naruto was beginning his Jinchuriki training and Jiraiya would be called back within a few weeks to continue his sealing and some jutsu that his father left him. Tomorrow the plan is Wednesday, and Friday Captain will take me to the place my mother trained at with it. The Hokage and Shinobi Council issued orders for me to be able to use at least 2 taels worth of chakra cloak at the time of exams. They also agreed for Hokage-sama to help me with water manipulation and teach me a few water-based jutsus to deal with the Ichibi. Naruto was miffed at the first part. Tenzo had argued the council saying Naruto wasn't ready yet and that Jiraiya and he could take care of the Jinchuriki. They refused, however, stating that even if it wasn't needed yet. So Konoha's Jinchuriki, he had a responsibility to master as much of Beast Chakra as he could. The last part though, Naruto didn't mind. Learning from the Hokage every Sunday was an honor. At least you have the Hokage training you to make up for the babysitting job. Though Captain did say we'd be taking some combat missions in our space time. Naruto smiled at that. Combat missions were typically mid-B to low A rank. Obviously, it was to give them experience, but it would be a welcome break over the months. Oh, Sasuke-kun, you're so cool, Sakura screeched, could be heard up ahead. Naruto and Hikaru winced in sympathy for Kakashi as they saw him sigh in resignation. The third teammate, Sai, was drilling swords drills far away from others. The Anbu ignored him, well aware that he was just a plant and already above Chunin level. Hey senpai, how's the chibi Genin? Hikaru greeted with a wave. Kakashi turned with a happy look, but gave a scowl to Angel. Kakashi hated the cat that cost him an S-rank pay, while Angel adored the man for some odd reason. Meow, she said as she jumped off Naruto and towards the white-haired Jonin. With a bit of too much enthusiasm, Kakashi baited her away with his book. Hello there, Hikaru. Naruto. Hikaru, you'll be working with Sakura mostly, if I'm correct. Naruto, you'll be in charge of Sasuke mostly, though if you could have 20 clones, follow my clone. I'll show you the start of water manipulation. Naruto did so and the real Kakashi looked back at the group. Alright, I'll have to take on a mission for the next several days. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, Naruto will be joining you in training for the Chunin exams, mainly as a sparring partner and to drill the basics. On Wednesday, Hikaru will be your stand-in sensei for missions. Make me proud. These next few months, I will have to take many missions on my own without you three, so see you Friday. Oh, and Naruto, water my plants while I'm gone. Kakashi eyes smiled and left in a puff. Hikaru mouth gaped. That dead bastard! Slugging his kids off to me? I'll show him the next time we have poker night. Crap. I forgot to ask him to summon Bakun. Naruto bumped his face. Now he have to make Angel just work with a clone on vocabulary, something he still had trouble doing. Bending down to the dazed cat, he smiled. Go with the clone and it will teach you some. Hopefully when Kakashi-senpai returns, Bakun can help. Angel nodded slowly and left with a Naruto clone. She could understand him perfectly, but words were difficult. Dope, Hyuga, fight me, Sasuke demanded. Hikaru and Naruto thought without as much venom as before. Having to clean the guard tower bathrooms humbled him a bit, it seems. Sakura frowned a bit at her crush. She heard what he tried to do, and when she talked to her mother about it, the older Haruno scowled her again for being so infatuated with the Uchiha. Sakura still felt a bit of butterflies for the boy, but his respect for their sensei and whatever Naruto was supposed to be shocked her. She didn't like the blonde, but assaulting him in the streets and calling a stronger opponent dove was just wrong. Makes you wonder why you liked him, huh? Hikaru, not so jokingly voiced, spoke from behind her. Sakura blushed and turned. I don't know what you mean. I love Sasuke-kun, she said instantly, old phrases said on instinct. Hikaru rolled his eyes. Please, you're 12, almost 13 now. Give it a couple of years before you love anyone. And besides, the Uchiha is arrogant and cruel. I've read the mission reports. He almost caused a treaty to break on the diplomatic mission when he insulted the ambassador, and on your last bandit raid, the boy broke his arm for no reason before killing them. Would you really want to be around that? Sakura bit her lip at that. It was true Sasuke had become more and more angry and unhinged since Naruto beat him that day so badly. Just think about it. Until then, let's get you started on becoming a field medic. With a smile, Hikaru led the girl away from the Uchiha. He sent a mental apology to his teammate who looked ready to pummel the brat to the ground. No, Naruto said hours later after making Sasuke learn water walking. His plan was to force the basics into his like his teammate did, improving mainly the Genin control, taijutsu and traps. Naruto knew the second stage was in the Forest of Death, and as such intended to make his student quote-unquote able to survive there. However, if he had to keep telling Sasuke not to fight, then the Uchiha wouldn't make it to the exam. Ugh. All I've done today is water walking. I need to get stronger to beat him. Spar with me. Sasuke was exhausted but wanted more. His Sharingan would make it easy to copy Naruto's jutsu and move. However, Naruto just sighed. Sasuke, you learned a lot today. By Thursday, I have no doubt you'll have mastered water walking. Your obsession with killing your brother, I get it. I really do. Sasuke moved to protest, but Naruto cut him off. I found out my parents were killed the day I was born. That a man caused their death. One day I will find him and take his life. He had found out that a suspected Sharingan user pulled the QB out and Naruto would make him pay. However, obsessing about it now won't do anything. Look at it this way, Itachi killed the Uchiha, and they all had friends, lovers, and teammates outside the Uchiha walls, didn't they? Wait until you're able to beat Kakashi. When that day comes, call on me and the others would gladly help you track the traitor down. I have to do this alone. Why? Because it was your family? Don't be stupid. With teammates, you can take on any opponent, and I'm sure you'll be allowed to deliver the killing blow. Naruto watched Sasuke's face carefully. He seemed to go through a range of emotions before settling down. Fine, I'll try it your way, but I'm still behind. How did you get so strong? Sasuke wasn't so angry at this point, but desperate. Naruto was clearly a tuning level he could see, while Sasuke looked weak now. Lots of shadow clones, which you can't make yet. He added, I'll compromise if you work hard on what I want to teach you. I'll teach you some of my special traps. Sasuke looked dubious. I prefer ninjutsu. Naruto smirked at this. So do I. But one of my traps took down a B-rank shinobi, he said, leaving out the part that it incapacitated the guy, and Hikaru finished him. No need to tell the whole truth. Sasuke looked a bit intrigued. Yes, traps can take down anyone, if done right. Plus, I'll show you the Sunshin Thursday. He dangled the carrot, and Sasuke fell for it. Deal. But if I don't think your idea of this teamwork is helping, I'll kill him by myself. Sasuke didn't say it out loud, but he realized playing along until Naruto fell by his hands was better than arguing. He learned the Shadow Clone one day and easily beat the former dope before moving on to his brother. Naruto just nodded at Sasuke's sort of agreement. No way he'd let that happen, but decided to let the guy sound superior. Here a book over the basic of trapping, Angel. Time to go. Naruto called and without another word, boy and cat walked away, leaving a thoughtful Uchiha looking through the book titled Getting Level Traps, Book 1 of 3. Not knowing Naruto was already through the whole series that went through Jonin, Sasuke powered over it and secretly imagined Itachi dying through a kunai or a wire. Private training grounds. Naruto used Sunshin to reach the waterfall where 20 clones cut the water. Pleased it would be long before he could do it himself. He turned to see his partner while unsealing his training weights. Hello, Naruto, Angel said, slowly working the human words in her mouth. Naruto grinned. Hey, Angel, since we're partners, we have to work together in fights. For now, we'll do coordinating and obstacle course together. With a grin, the two set off into the late afternoon. Naruto winced as the new trapping vest put an extra 5 pounds on him. He was instructed to not use chakra while in weights to get him better condition and faster. Made sense, but that didn't mean Naruto had to feel like weighed down. At 8 p.m., Naruto dragged himself inside his apartment, Angel hanging over his shoulder. Stupid cat, making me carry her, he muttered. Turning his doorknob, he slumped inside the doorway, only to become on guard instantly with his Chukoto in hand. He felt a presence in his apartment, and they were masking it well. Inching along the wall, he pumped chakra into a seal, releasing his chakra smoke tags, or he could have, if the commander hadn't thrown him to the ground. Almost acceptable, but next time, be on your guard before you enter, Dragon said dryly as he pushed his sandal on Naruto's head. Yes, Dragon-sama, what are you doing here now? Naruto asked through the carpet. I doubt it's just to stalk me, though. You did it a lot. Correct. I am here on business. Make me tea, he ordered. Naruto grumbled but complied, and soon 2 cups were on the table. Dragon drank slowly, his mask under a genjutsu to allow him to move it slightly to drink. I understand you are to begin on learning your Jinchuriki powers tomorrow. It wasn't a question, even if it sounded like one. In that case, I came to warn you to be careful. Normally we would wait until you reached 14, but with the threat of conflict, Konoha has no choice. Even so, I won't have you become reliant on your Biju as such. While you are in mask, you may not use any demonic chakra unless in life or death situation, and even then I would rather you come up with something else. Naruto understood what he was saying and gave his agreement. Furthermore, I will be training you and the cat on genjutsu. From before I made commander, my genjutsu was renowned. Dragon sounded almost mournful, but quickly hid it. Here's a scroll over Genjutsu and another over Hellcats and their abilities. He placed them on table. Wait, I thought angel species used to ally with the Uchiha. How did you get one of the scrolls on them? Dragon chuckled. I have my ways. I expect you to have both Red and the kitten to access her chakra by next week. And without a sound, Dragon was gone. After a moment, Naruto cleaned up before lying in bed. Opening his first scroll, Genjutsu Theory for Dummies, Chapter 1, he muttered. Next day, Naruto was ready. The guy would be in for a nasty surprise when he broke in. Before he fell asleep, the young anbu had set up his nastiest traps in preparations. Hearing the front door open, Naruto hides a mischievous grin. Yosh, my good morning, Naruto, my youthful neighbor. Let us start our youthfulness with morning exercises. And to Naruto's horror, the green man had somehow gotten out of all the preventative measures with a resigned groan. To anbu changes into seconds and straps the weights on, dragged a hissing angel along. Outside his window, Dragon smirked. Naruto traps were beginning to be a challenge, but it wouldn't save him from morning sessions with Guy. Not when Dragon needed every anbu to be best at they could. This isn't working, Naruto whined. He had been attempting to meditate for hours to no avail, but he couldn't access the Fox Chakra. Just keep trying. Tenzo sighed in frustration as well. He hadn't thought getting Naruto a meeting with his tenant would be so difficult. This was the 16th lesson, and they had tried sparring, using all of his chakra, and now meditation. Nothing worked. Tenzo didn't whether to be proud or angry that the boy had such a lock on his emotions that taunts and slurs didn't nothing to draw the QB's chakra out. Yo, Chibikoha, what's up? Hikaru greeted as he jumped down to the valley they were practicing in. We have dinner tonight to go over Kakashi's team. Progress, remember? Go away, Hikaru senpai. I have to access the Fox chakra. Naruto bit out between deep breaths. Eyes closed in concentration as well. Hikaru knew his friend had yet to draw on any power and that it was driving the boy mad. A light bulb went off and he signaled Tenzo to get ready. Oh really? But you're so tiny. What's a chibi like you doing trying to use a power you can't understand? A tick mark grew on Naruto's forehead. Only Hikaru and Anko could make him lose his cool. One final battle mixed with his own anger at his failure would do it. With a grin, Hikaru swiped Naruto's headband off of his forehead. It was one of his most precious possessions as it belonged to his favorite teacher. I shall keep this till you grow a feet, he taunted. Naruto let out a fierce growl and red chakra started leaking out. His claws grew longer. Now, Captain! Wood sprouted around the ground and absorbed the chakra, sending Naruto to oblivion. I can't believe that word. I said and did things 10 times worse. Tenzo said in awe. Hikaru smirked in reply. But he views you as a superior and knows you didn't mean it. I mock and teased him enough and that I know which of his buttons to push and when. Now what? Now we wait. He exhausted of chakra and he drew on its power, so Naruto should be able to meet with the fox and ask for power. Inside Naruto's mindscape, Naruto found himself in a sewer, a huge cage in front of him. Great, this is what my mind looks like? This sucks, man. It's so dull down here, Naruto mumbled. He read in a book over meditation that the mindscape reflected the mental state built from childhood. Needless to say, Naruto didn't look too cheery. My jailer is here to bug me. What do you want, Ningen? A growl came from the bars. A pair of red eyes and mouth of teeth pushed against the bar. Remembering why he was there, Naruto sat up and bowed. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, your current jailer. I'm here to strike a deal for both of our benefits. What is your name? Kurama barely kept his eye from bugging. He hadn't had a human bow to him in centuries, much less speak in a civil manner or to ask him name. For his Kurama had looked through the memories of his container's life and was impressed with the human resolve. It made the old fox almost hopeful. He would give the human a chance, not that the boy had to know, and if he just happened to be the one father was talking about, well then Kurama would be smug to his siblings that he was the one to guide him. Insolent brat, don't presume I need anything from you, but I will listen to your propositions. And it's Kurama, by the way. He added an afterthought. Later, Naruto sat up slowly, his teammates looking at him with worried. Dragon nearly was there as well. We met, he said with a straight face, and Hikaru shakes his shoulder. Naruto gave a hidden smirk, his face mask making him unreadable. Kurama said I can use his chakra as long as I ask beforehand. In exchange, he gets a mental connection and something about watching me for signs of being another stupid ningen. Before he makes a final decision, whatever that means, Naruto shrugged, looks of relief spread across Tenzo and Hikaru. Even Dragon Reaper relaxed. Kurama, Tenzo asked. Oh, the QB, he isn't mindless. Everyone has a name, Naruto said simply, wondering why everyone was making such a big deal out of it. In the seal, Kurama snickered as he looked through Naruto's eyes at the expressions. Angel popped out of the commander's cloak. Naruto, I learned how to use fire. The cat cheered with the increased vocabulary and demonstrated with 6 golf ball sized flames flying out his mouth. After dodging, he clapped his hands. Good job, Angel. The cat had taken to Dragon almost as well as Kakashi, and unlike the Cyclops, the commander would tease the feline not to bat it away. Tiger, your squad has guard duty of the Hokage Tower tomorrow. Mouse, how has the genjutsu I have you to learn working? Dragon asked. Naruto chuckled nervously after reading the basic scrolls. Dragon had shown him a C-rank genjutsu. Forced hypnosis? A basic technique letting the user put the victim in a trance and offer subtle ideas or have them follow orders for a short time. It was useful for making prisoners or clients more compliant, though until mastered, the illusion could be broken by any genin. Once fully learned, most units would succumb, meaning it was extremely useful as well. It doesn't last on the clone for more than a few seconds. My control isn't the best. So now that Kurama and I are working together, it should improve. Hikaru hummed. I'll teach you waterfall walking. It's advanced enough that your control will end up improving to the point of making the genjutsu work, he offered. Do that, Wolf. Mouse have this mastered by the next week, and I'll tell Guy to give you extra weights. Dragon said cheerfully before leaving. Naruto paled, then looked at his senpai. Save me. Don't let Guy get to me. I'm already wearing 15 pounds on my legs and 20 on my torso. Psh, that's weak, GB. Hikaru mocked. That is pathetic. Grow some muscle. Kurama mocked along, already liking the yuga. Naruto sputtered a bit. Fine. By the way, I'll tell Guy you like to join us. His eyes turned devious, and it was Hikaru time to build. I think Hiyashi-sama needs me at the clan compound for a few days. Jane, and he leaves as well. Tenzo looked down. From now on, we'll work on you using the Kurama's chakra. He backtracks as Naruto glare, Angel joining in for effect. Chakra without you losing control. By the exams, the elder wants you to use 2 tails worth, but I personally don't think you can do 2 tails. I think you can control 4. With a proud smile, Tenzo helps his subordinate up. About some sushi, my treat. Sushi was the dual cheer of Naruto and Angel. Sarutobi's office next day. As a reward for his accomplishment, Naruto was given the most sought-after spot in the office, the left rafter above the desk. In this coveted position, one had the breeze from the windows and none of the tobacco smell. Furthermore, it had a nice ledge, big enough to sit on. Yes, it was blissful. Sure, it also was the spot of the messenger, but rarely did that happen, and Angel had a spot nearby, under the desk. It was decided that the cat was to run inter-village missions with them as she proved to be adept at fighting and stealth, until a certain toad sage came through the window. Hello, Sensei. Mind telling me why you recalled me 3 months earlier? Jiraiya was a diligent shinobi that loved his village, but he enjoyed his time on the road, damn it. Ah, Jiraiya, I'm glad you came quickly. You're aware of the intelligent reports over the Otogakure. Sarutobi blew on his pipe. Naruto listened in. Office duty was monotonous, but let you in on all the juicy parts of the village running. Not that the anbu would ever discuss what was said. Only on high security missions reports would the anbu be sent out. Each agent was trusted fully by the Hokage, meaning none of them would dream of selling out secrets or spreading rumors. Of course, I still can't get a confirmation on who leads it. Suna has been spotted holding talks with them, not good, as they were bringing their Jinchuriki to the exams without telling us. Only our increased vigilance due to the past several months allowed us to confirm it. Naruto sucked on his teeth at that. It was bad news if Suna went against them. So you want me here as a deterrent? Jiraiya asked. If so, perhaps he could help Naruto and his Genin squad. You heard he graduated this term, but couldn't ask for more updates with his schedule. Yes, and to train Naruto in Funjutsu and Jutsu. Jiraiya perked up at that, and the Kyuubi chakra, I presume. Tenzo is in charge of that, and I am sure he wouldn't mind some help. Isn't that right, Tiger? Tenzo appears in a kneel in front of the desk. Not at all, Hokage-sama. I'm sure Naruto would appreciate the chance to know his godfather. Naruto had been told, quote-unquote, about Jiraiya by the Hokage during their chat. Jiraiya tensed. Don't worry, Jiraiya, Naruto knows everything, and he forgave me. Told you I would watch for pranks. Sarutobi said, somewhat amused now that it wasn't him in the doghouse. He greatly enjoyed his weekly lessons with his surrogate grandsons. Oh, Tagaki has his mother's personality then. Maybe I should pass on the way of the... I wouldn't finish that if I were you. Sarutobi warned. Yugao had turned her corner into a frigid wasteland. She wouldn't have anyone, even a son, interrupt her Kohai. I'll take it the Anbu are fond of him, eh? I'm glad he was taken care of. Can't wait to meet him and his Genin team. Anyway, here's a coded message I managed to snag from our runner on the way to Suna. They have an exact copy. Excellent. I'll have Cryptology take a look at it. Mouse, he said absently. Naruto appeared at the side of Hokage and took the scroll with a bow. Please give this to Shiro right away, Hokage-sama. Naruto said evenly. He refused to look at his godfather. However, the pervert looked at him. Hold on a second, Mouse. Was it? How old are you? Jiraiya saw the blonde hair and short stature. No, it couldn't be, he thought. Naruto looked towards his captain, who shook his head. No. Without a word, Naruto left through the ceiling's passageway towards cryptology. Jiraiya fixed a hard stare on Sensei. Sensei. Who was that? Now, Jiraiya, you know most Anbu never reveal their identities, do you? Sarutobi cheated. He was having fun toying with his student. This will teach him to delay the release of Uchiha. Cut the crap. Was it Naruto? Because it sure looked like him. With that hair and hide. Yes, that's him, the Hokage said, after a pregnant pause. The office was filled with killer intent. You put my godson, who I was told was behind his spear, in Anbu? Are you insane, Sensei? Sit down and shut up. It's time you hear about the real Naruto. And over the next 30 minutes, Jiraiya heard everything. The troubled and lonely early life, his sabotaging schooling, and his life in Anbu. Naruto appeared with scroll of cryptology concerning another case in his hand. Naruto, take off your mask. It's time to meet your godfather, the Hokage ordered. With a sigh, Naruto slid his mask off and onto his belt. It's nice to meet you, Jiraiya-sama, he said tonelessly. Jiraiya gave a weak smile, still reeling about what he heard. Nice to meet you, kid. You look like a mini Kakashi with that mask. All you need now is a Sharingan and you'll be golden. The chuckle he let out was fake, and no one laughed. Naruto, please escort Jiraiya to your team's training grounds. You can have a private conversation there, Sarutobi said kindly. With a bow, Naruto put his second face on becoming mouse. Please follow me, Jiraiya-sama. And the pair made their way out of the office, Angel following soon, leaving a rather worried Team Row. I bet that bastard's dragon planned this, Hikaru blurted out suddenly. That I did. Dragon said from nowhere. Wolf, we'll have a private session on your next day off. His voice was cheerful, but still the Yuga paled. Now let's do some spying. He held up the famous orb, getting evident. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this part of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out.